Hi everybody, Adam here. Welcome back to our Lego room. In today's video, we're going to be putting our EMD F7 Union Pacific A and B units through their paces. Really excited about this Lego locomotive. The A and B units are based off of instructions from Brick Train Depot. And we've got a full video taking a closer look at both of these units on the channel. So if you haven't already checked that out, I highly recommend going over and taking a look at that. Now for today's video, we're going to start off by putting the A and B units through their paces around the layout. And then we will hook up the remainder of our Union Pacific train cars and see how the complete Union Pacific train works and looks. Really excited for that part, but first off, let's fire up the A and B unit here and see how they work. Really smooth movement so far, really happy with that. I don't have it going anywhere near as fast as it can go. And it's moving, at a decent speed and quite nicely across the rails there. Now you'll notice there's a few things I still need to do with the locomotive. I need to get the decals on there. I still am waiting for the last couple of gray wheel sets to go on the back of the B unit. But, really happy overall with how it is moving and looking. I've been waiting to finish this locomotive for a while, so it's really nice to have it done and see it performing well around the layout. And I think it's going to really pair up quite well with the other Union Pacific train cars that we have. So since everything's working really well at this point, I think the next step is to unhook the Union Pacific train cars that we have from the Lego standard cargo train locomotive that was pulling them before and get them hooked up to their proper Union Pacific locomotive and see how things work. So we've got the full Union Pacific train together here. Looks awesome. Quite happy with how that's come together. And, nice to now have the consistent Union Pacific look and livery down from the locomotive all the way to the very last car there. Been really happy with how these Union Pacific train cars have turned out in general. And now to see them with the proper locomotive, I think is really cool, and looking forward to seeing these moving around the layout. And once we get the decal work done down the entire train, I think that will just take it, and sort of bump it right over the top and make it perfect. So let's fire it up and see how this train moves around our layout. Now, one quick note before I fire up the Union Pacific train to run around the layout. Now that I have the rest of the Union Pacific train cars attached to the locomotive, I'm actually going to run the train on the inner loop of our layout here, just because the brick model railroader couplers sometimes detach on a little bump in the track that we've got in the back there underneath the second tier. So in order to make sure that those don't come apart at the moment until I fix that little bump, I'm going to run the train here on the inner loop. So overall, really happy with the trial run here of our Union Pacific train. Great to see a Union Pacific train from beginning to end now with all of our Union Pacific train cars, and then the addition of the EMD F7A and B unit up front, which pair up really well with those train cars. And it was good to remind myself again with this trial run of the train cars that I really need to smooth out that outer loop of the track so that we can run more trains with the BMR KD couplers. But I'm really happy with this initial run of the trains. They were moving pretty fast and smoothly along the rails there, and I could bump up the speed a bit more without any issues as well. So really nice to see there, and looking forward to putting this train through its paces even more around the layout in the coming days ahead. Thank you very much for watching. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please make sure to do so that you don't miss out on any of our upcoming videos. And if you have not checked out the Brick Train Depot website, where I purchased the instructions for all of these Union Pacific train cars here, highly recommend that you do check it out. I'll include a link below. But really pleased with how both the locomotive and all the train cars turned out. And once I get the decals on, I think that's going to make it even cooler. So definitely head over there and check out their site. And thank you very much for watching. We will see you again soon. Take care. Bye.